Well, it would seem as if Donald Trump has turned his gaze to the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, saying that if they try to move away from the US dollar, they will be met with 100% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States of America. Now, this is obviously a huge deal, but to really understand why, we need to take a quick look at the role that the US dollar plays in the global markets. Ever since 1944, as a sort of consequence of how World War II played out, the US dollar has been the foremost world reserve currency. What this means is that in the global market, the US dollar is the standard currency in which goods are quoted, traded, as well as the standard currency for international payments. The US dollar is so important internationally that 75% of all US $100 bills are actually held by foreign entities or foreign nations for trading purposes. On top of that, the US dollar is also the standard currency for international oil trade, which is around a $1.5 trillion yearly industry. Now, overseeing all of this international trade in the US dollar is the US Federal Reserve, which has a huge amount of control over international banking payment processors, making it very easy for the US to issue sanctions by just cutting countries off from these very same international payment processors, something that we've most recently done to Russia and Iran. And so the reality is, if you are a foreign country, the United States of America has a huge amount of control over when you trade, how you trade, and in what currency you trade. And it would seem as if the BRICS nations are currently looking to slowly build a coalition of countries that are dissatisfied with the US financial oversight so that they can ultimately break free and sort of do their own thing. And so this is where Donald Trump and his proposed tariffs enter the picture. Take a look at this. The idea that BRICS countries are trying to move away from the dollar while we stand by and watch is over. We require a commitment from these countries that they will neither create a new BRICS currency nor back any other currency to replace the mighty US dollar, or they will face 100% tariffs and should expect to say goodbye to selling into the wonderful US economy. They can go find another sucker. There is no chance that BRICS will replace the US dollar in international trade, and any country that tries should wave goodbye to America. So Donald Trump is not happy about what the BRICS nations are up to and is not going to sit idly by and watch it happen. You see, what most financial experts would say is that although yes, the US does effectively control the global markets, at least there is some amount of stability. Whereas if you had competing reserve currencies being managed by various economic blocs around the world, global trade would become turbulent, volatile, and much more inefficient. Now, there's also the sort of America First position which must be acknowledged. The United States of America is the largest consumer nation in the world, accounting for 29% of global discretionary consumer spending. So in this case, Trump is sort of saying, hey, if you want to access the American market, the American consumer, sell things to them, you need to do it in the US dollar. You need to do it in our currency. And so Donald Trump is using these tariffs as a negotiating tactic. Does Donald Trump actually want to impose 100% trade tariffs on all of the BRICS nations? No, of course not, but he's willing to do it if they attempt to subvert and undermine the US dollar. But I want to know what you guys think about the Trump tariff situation. The Trump tariffs are a topic that seemingly the mainstream media is just incapable of talking about in a reasonable and unbiased hysterical way. So please drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe. It is huge and it goes a long way. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, stay safe.